All right, let's just get into the latest. Digital fashion is alive and well for Gen Z. Oh, and Gucci Cosmos Land. I'm going to play that actually. I'll stream that. A new report from Roblox finds that just like in the physical world, Gen Z likes recognizable brand names and limited edition items. The difference for this generation is that the digital counterparts are often more important. Oh my God. I think they're catching on, everybody. Amid reports of disappointing metaverse experiments, which is such a stupid word because everybody has a different idea of what the metaverse is. Gen Z is still spending time in digital spaces and buying and wearing digital fashion, at least according to Roblox report on its 70 million daily active users. People between the ages of 17 and 24 are the platform's fastest growing demographic, and they can offer crucial insight into what this demographic wants from brands in this new realm. They want branded attire that relates to what they wear physically, and they want to regularly modify their appearances down to the hairstyle and body type. In the first 9 months of this year, Roblox says it saw 165 billion total avatar updates, and its users purchased 1.65 billion digital fashion items, up 15%. They're not just picking one look, but rather they are experimenting. I mean, character builders are always a hit. It contributes to the immersive storytelling. It makes you care about your avatar to be able to customize it. It's a no brainer. You just have to execute it properly and make it relevant. Brands have streamlined their focuses toward more practical technologies as metaverse hype has quieted. Maybe because not everybody understands that people that are gamers who are most comfortable with this or digital reality are not going to leave Call of Duty or Fortnite to play your experience, right? And then the people that will play it aren't gamers, and so like they're building it for the wrong people. I don't know, and the wrong people are building it as well. There have been some really creative levels that were just traditional game mechanics, but they peppered in the IP and made like a subtext that carries throughout the level and themes. You know, the theme informs the design, and it can be executed quite well, but they just aren't leaning into the game industry. They're more thinking about gamification rather than game culture. Um, that's my only comment there. In the past year, brands have streamlined their focuses toward more practical technologies as metaverse hype has quieted. This means that experimental metaverse and gaming projects are often viewed through a less forgiving lens. If they are still on the table at all, global Google searches for metaverse have significantly declined since a high in January of last year, and adoption isn't living up to the hype, says analytics from Global Data. Still, revenue is slated to reach 400 billion by 2030, up from 48 billion last year, it predicts. It's like, yeah, people don't hang out in the lobby of Destiny too either, you know? But like the people that are building these experiences don't understand that. The global gaming market is expected to reach more than 665 billion by 2030, up from 282 billion this year, says Fortune Business Insight. Earlier this week, Roblox stock saw a jump after it reported that its third quarter revenue had beat estimates and users were up 20% compared to a year ago. 20%. Revenue was 713.2 million compared to 517.7 million a year ago. Good Lord. 84% of Gen Z say their avatar has inspired their physical appearance. You know why I dyed my hair red? I was going to be Mystique for Halloween, but I dyed it this particular red and was already working toward it because my rogue character in Diablo has this color red hair. And I wanted to look like my rogue character in Diablo, my avatar. To better understand what Gen Z wants in terms of dressing their avatars, Roblox conducted a survey of 1,545 people between the ages of 14 and 26 living in the United States and the United Kingdom who self-reported that they are active in virtual worlds, not exclusive to Roblox. Roblox also looked at behavior data from 2023 up until the end of September. The study found that more than half of Gen Z users are willing to spend up to $10 each month styling their avatar, while 19% are willing to spend up to $20 and 18% are open to buying up to 50 to 100 worth of items every month. The research emphasized just how much digital self-expression has become important to this demographic. Wooten says, as more than half of those surveyed said that styling their avatar is more important to them than styling themselves in the physical world. Who has the time and the energy to constantly style yourself in the real world when you have video games to play? Meanwhile, 85% think that the importance of digital fashion has grown in the past year despite hype fatigue. Woo-woo! Gen Z's approach to metaverse spaces and games isn't relegated to the digital realm. Physical trends are influencing avatar style, and digital style is influencing what people buy and what they want to look like. This is what I said at the UNGA Science Summit. Gen Z's approach to metaverse spaces and games isn't relegated to the digital realm. Physical trends are influencing avatar style, and digital style is influencing what people buy and what they want to look like. At least 84% of Gen Z's surveyed said that their physical style is at least somewhat inspired by their avatar and other avatars wear. Avatars have inspired them to change their hairstyles, wear bolder fashion, and even become more comfortable dressing in more gender-fluid styles in the physical world. 84% say that they are at least somewhat likely to consider trying a brand in the physical world after wearing or trying on a brand's item virtually. Digital self-expression and authenticity in immersive spaces aids mental health, with 88% saying that expressing themselves in these spaces has likely helped them comfortably express themselves in the physical world. They also say the metaverse feels less judgmental. As Roblox's avatar ecosystem matures, including new layered clothing options, more diversity in avatars, body types, and more ways to communicate on the platform, Gen Z's interest increases. Wooten, who works with brands on developing their Roblox strategies, said that they have begun listening more closely to creators. Tommy Hilfiger, Gucci, Nike, and Ralph Lauren are among the top fashion brands to invest heavily in the platform. Roblox's research has found that brand recognition matters and that it converts into influencing purchases. 3 out of 4 Gen Z say wearing digital fashion from a recognized brand is at least somewhat important to them. 3 out of 4. This is especially true for the 22 to 27-year-olds, Wooten says. 43% are looking for twinning items that they can both wear digitally and physically. 43% want to wear the same outfit as their avatar. Clothing is the most important avatar element to update regularly for 70% of Gen Z. Just like in the physical world, people in virtual worlds value limited edition pieces and exclusivity. Roblox has a category of items called limiteds, available only in small quantities for certain periods of time. Often these items are resold among peers from within their original price. This is why a limited edition digital Gucci bag ultimately resold for the equivalent of thousands of dollars on Roblox in 2020, and why a digital Carolina Herrera gown originally worn by model Carly Kloss on the runway resold for $5,000. Many of the top trends on social media and among celebrities in the physical world are also top trends in digital fashion. The top 5 trends highlighted by Gen Z were Y2K, pink, neutral colors, and beige cargo pants and sheer dresses. Cultural moments, I'm getting flashbacks to high school. Cultural moments are also reflected digitally. This year, mermaid core. Ooh, I feel like I've got the mermaid core. Purchases of items tagged with mermaid increased 182%. Female users bought an average of 5 hairstyles in the first 9 months of this year. I love trying different hairstyles, obviously in real life and on my avatars. Male users bought 3, and users who didn't specify gender bought 4. This translates into more than 139 million purchases of hairstyles in the first 9 months of the year, which is 20% more than last year, including more than 7 million users who bought 5 or more hairstyles. Wooten encourages brands to continue to explore new product categories in addition to hair, makeup, and accessories. There are even special emotes, which are movements that people can buy, such as special dances. This type of quirky product category illustrates how brand affinity and creativity may lead to success in new ways. Yeah, just be creative. have fun, consult with gamers. We've been doing this forever. We created metaverses. Roblox is a metaverse. I mean, whether they like it or not. I'm glad to see that Roblox is releasing this kind of data. I think it's really important for people that aren't gamers to hear this kind of stuff more often.
Game maker Roblox posting a smaller than expected loss for the third quarter and sales above estimates, bookings rising 20% from the same quarter last year, and the average daily user count was also up 20% from a year ago. Roblox saying
That's
it will start
wild.
providing financial guidance in fiscal 2024. Joining us right now in an exclusive interview is Roblox founder and CEO
Roblox is
Suzuki,
killing it.
also known
They
as
can't
Builder Man,
lose.
to those of us who may live inside a Roblox universe. David, it's great to see you, sir.
Thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Let's talk about these earnings because they were better than expected, but there's also a whole
Imagine
bunch of things I
that.
want to
Better
get
than
into
expected
because it
earnings,
seems like there's
and
been even
you're
a
the
shift
size
in
of
terms
Roblox.
the users on the platform, the ages of the users, therefore how much they're spending. What's happening here?
Note, we're seeing more older people on our platform as well. Really solid growth over 17 on the platform. So really hitting on all cylinders. With a business that can really generate cash and show operating leverage. Just to highlight, on Monday, on that one point, I did all of my one-on-ones in Roblox
People want to be
using
connected.
my avatar to connect with other people on our team.
Talking about sort of the real world moving online, let me ask you
That
about
is
this.
so cute. He's
Roblox
so
has become,
proud.
to some degree,
Yeah, we in the last month or two, we launched on Meta Quest. We had over 2 million installs in like the first week. We also launched on PlayStation. We had 15 million installs as well.
I actually downloaded Roblox.
Communication with Roblox is really every device.
After I saw their
every
generative AI
platform.
tool,
And
I
we think
downloaded
3D
it on
in the
PlayStation
cloud,
5 just because I'm
avatar-based
curious.
Communication works everywhere. So people on Meta Quest are playing with people on PlayStation, playing with people on iOS, Android, PC, Mac. The vision is every platform. And so Apple Vision Pro, of course, that makes sense someday. Nintendo Switch, we really want to be on every platform because we think this media and this form of communication works everywhere.
What do you think about photorealistic skins? I don't know if you saw, there was a fascinating interview that Lex Friedman did.
The vision around virtual and augmented reality is of like delivering a sense of presence as if you're there together, no matter where you actually are in the world. And I mean, this experience, I think, is a good embodiment of that, where it's like, I mean, we're in two completely different states halfway across the country, and it just like, looks like you're just sitting right in front of me. It's pretty wild.
Really photorealistic. I mean, it was truly photorealistic. Their avatars, and they really were avatars, but the truth was it looked like real people. And I know that that takes a lot of processing power. How far are we away from that being a meaningful part of your business?
I think the big thing to think about here is ultimately, as this becomes a more popular form of communication beyond play for work or for learning or for going to concerts, more and more we're going to be able to pick an avatar that represents whatever we want to be. We'll be able to be more cartoony, more realistic, and ultimately photorealistic. And at the same time, we want this to run on any device, even a low-end Android phone. So as soon as more and more devices support photorealism, we will see that more as an option that people will choose for their personal avatar.